The speech I will be reading to you today is Women's Rights are Human Rights by Hillary Diane Rodham Clinton. This is truly a celebration of the contributions women make in every aspect of life, in the home, on the job, in the community as mothers, wives, sisters, daughters, learners, workers, citizens, and leaders. It is also a coming together, much in the way women come together every day in every country. However different we may appear, there is far more that unites us than divides us. We share a common future, and we are here to find common ground so that we may help bring new dignity and respect to women and girls all over the world, and in doing so, bring strength and stability to families as well. There are some who question the reason for this conference. Let them listen to the voices of women in their homes, neighborhoods, and workplaces. There are some who wonder whether the lives of women and girls matter to economic and political progress around the globe. It is conferences like this that compel governments and people everywhere to listen, look, and face the world's most pressing problems. We are learning around the world that if women are healthy and educated, their families will flourish. Women are free from violence. Their families will flourish. If women have a chance to work and earn as full and equal partners in society, their families will flourish. And when families flourish, communities and nations do as well. That is why every woman, every man, every child, every family, and every nation on this planet does have a stake in the discussion that takes place here. The great challenge of this conference is to give voice to women everywhere whose experiences go unnoticed, whose words go unheard. Women comprise more than half the world's population. We are the primary caretakers for most of the world's children and elderly. Yet much of the work we do is not valued. Not by economists, not by historians, not by popular culture, and not by government leaders. Those of us who have the opportunity to be here have the responsibility to speak for those who cannot. As an American, I want to speak for those women in my country. Women who are raising children on the minimum wage, women who can't afford health care or child care, women whose lives are threatened by violence, including violence in their own homes. I want to speak up for mothers who are fighting for good schools, safe neighborhoods, clean air, and clean airwaves for older women who find that after raising their families, their skills and life experiences are not valued in the market. For women who are working all night so that they can be home all day with their children. And for women everywhere who simply don't have the time to do everything they are called upon to do each and every day. Speaking to you today, I speak for them, just as each of us speaks for women around the world who are denied the chance to go to school or see a doctor or own property or have a say about the direction of their lives, simply because they are women. We need to understand that there is no one formula for how women should lead our lives. That is why we must respect the choice that each woman makes for herself and her family. Every woman deserves the chance to realize her own God-given potential. But we must recognize that women will never gain full dignity until their human rights are respected and protected. Tragically, women's rights are most the ones whose human rights are violated. Even now, the rape of women continues to be used as an instrument of armed conflict. And when women are excluded from political process, they become even more vulnerable to human abuse. It is no longer acceptable to discuss women's rights as separate from human rights. It is a violation of human rights when babies are denied food, are drowned, are suffocated, or their spines broken, simply because they were born girls. It is a violation of human rights when women and girls are sold into slavery and prostitution for human greed. It is a violation of human rights when women are doused in gasoline, set on fire, and burned to death because their marriage dowries were too small. It is a violation of human rights when individual women are raped in their own communities and when thousands of women are subjected to rape as a tactic or a prize of war. It is a violation of human rights when a leading cause of death worldwide among women ages 14 to 44 is the violence they are subjected to in their own homes by their own relatives. It is a violation of human rights when young girls are brutalized by the painful and degrading practice of genital mutilation. It is a violation of human rights when women are denied the right to plan their own families, and that includes being forced to have abortions or being sterilized against their will. If there is one message that echoes forth from this conference, let it be that human rights are women's rights, and women's rights are human rights once and for all. Let us not forget that among those rights are the right to speak freely and the right to be heard. Now it is time to act on behalf of women everywhere. If we take bold steps to better the lives of women, we will be taking bold steps to better the lives of children and families too. Godspeed to you. Thank you.